Three, two, one. Work. Okay. Um. Have my notes and shit. You need to stop floating in your life. You need to stop living a life that's on autopilot. You need to start living a life that you actually want to live. And this starts by defining what floating in life is, right? I'm gonna give you an example by what I mean. What I mean by floating in life is that, let's say you're going to your college or you're going to your school, right? And you go to your classes, or maybe you bunk them, doesn't matter. You don't care about the classes at all. And you sit at the canteen, or you go outside to a bar that's near your college, or you go to a mall that's far away, but it doesn't matter. You're having fun with your friends. And you don't pay attention to the classes. And you don't pay attention to your work. And you're going out and you're having fun with your friends. You're playing video games, you're going to parties, and you're having fun in life. You're living what's called the college life, right? You're living a life that people live in college. You have fun, you go out, you party, you play video games all day, and then you come home. You go home and your parents are angry. If you live with your parents, they're angry. Whatever happens, you go home and you lie down, you're tired, right? You were out the entire day, you were having fun with your friends. How could you not be tired? So you lie down, you're tired, and you realize, oh man, I have work to do. I have assignments. I need to get a license. I need to do so many things, but it doesn't matter. I'm having fun in life, right? Does it matter if I do my work? Does it matter if I put the full effort that I should or that I could put? Many people I know spend a kind of life that was just floating. People just live lives where they don't have a passion, where they don't know the purpose of their lives at all. They're living a life where you go out and then you go to the mall, or you go to some place that's like new, or you go to Starbucks every day. And then I know people that do all of that, and when it comes to work, they do what's possible in the least. It shows that they put the least amount of effort so that they could just pass. When you're floating, you study in such a way that you only know the things that you require to pass. You study like for 2 hours before the exam actually shows up. Maybe it's your passion, right? But maybe you don't put your focus into your passion. And so that's what I mean by floating in life. That's living your life on autopilot. And you have junk food a lot. You do things that your parents never allowed you to do. As kids, we were stopped from going outside to play with our friends all the time. We were stopped from eating junk food, eating food that's very appealing to kids. And now we have freedom. Now you can do whatever you want. So why not go out every day? Why not keep watching series day after day, night after night, and binge them? Because now you can do whatever you want. Now you have the freedom to do that, right? There's a reason why adults don't live this life. There's a reason why many successful people don't eat chips every day and they don't binge series. And that's because what you're doing right now, what floating is living out your childhood dream of doing silly stuff that you always wanted to do. You have been given time not to spend time as a child, but as an adult. You have time not to waste, because I've heard people say that college wastes your time, right? That college is just wasting the time. I just have to pass. But what they don't realize is that college isn't wasting your time. It's not the institute that's wasting your time. It's you that's wasting your time. It's you who's not spending your time in a productive manner. If you feel like there's someone else you need to blame for wasting your time, then you're entitled. Because because you're the only person who actually controls what you do. So if you feel like you're living this childish fantasy, if you feel like you're playing a lot of video games, but then you don't have fun anymore because of those video games, that you're just completing them for the sake of completing them. If you feel like you're living a life where you're just floating, where if someone asks you how you are, you don't answer with, "Oh, I'm great." You answer with, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm living. I'm floating." That is exactly what I mean by floating in life. It's a life where you're distracted by things like social media, the validation that people give you. It's a life where you give your attention to the most mundane and stupid things like popular trends or memes or celeb gossip. That's floating in life. How do you stop it? How do you stop floating in life? Let's say you've reached this point in the video and you realize that you're floating in life. You don't know what you're doing. And the way to stop it is by having tough conversations. Is by believing that you're not someone who floats in life, but you're someone who you want to be. By that I mean, if you look up to someone, or you look up to a type of identity you want to be, then by believing that you are that person, you become that person. Let's say you want to go to the gym 3 times a week. You want to focus on your work. You want to create new things. Let's say you want to start reading books. Or you want to quit smoking or drinking. But you can't get to it. You try. You go through the first few days and you do great, right? You're doing great. But then you just stop. Your motivation goes away. I have reason, but I don't have motivation. And then you go back to floating in life because that was more comfortable. And the way to stop that is by changing your identity. If you change your identity into someone you want to be, if you believe that you're someone that goes to the gym 4 times a week, that you're someone that reads a lot of books, that you're a kind of person that meets new people every week, or that talks to people that they actually want to, that they don't shy away. If you believe that you can do whatever the fuck you want, that you can make what you want to, that you're good at what you do, then you actually will be. We have a really big power. We have a huge control over our own identity, and we don't realize that. We give the control of our identity to people like friends, to people like family, so that they can project their emotions on you. You give the control of your identity to people that you might not look up to, but the people that validate your identity that already exist. If someone says that you're a really good friend and that you would do anything for another friend, you believe in it. You give your control to that other friend. If someone says you're really nice and you would do whatever they want for you, you will start behaving that way. So once you start getting that sense of integrity, a sense of respect for yourself, if you feel like you're doing things that actually make you busy in life, if you feel like you're doing things that you actually want to do, and the people that are stopping you because you put these labels on those relationships, you need to look at these labels and know that these labels may not be what you actually want them to be. If you put a label of best friend to a person that is very close to you but that doesn't want good for you, maybe the best friend you have likes to have a lot of fun. Maybe they like to spend time at parties and have delicious food, but they don't have values like exercising and meditation and mindfulness. You need to be with people that respect you and people that you respect back. And you can stop floating after you start living with the 5 people in your life. Think about this. Think about the 5 closest people in your life and think if you want to be like them. Try to list down the set values that they have. What do they stand for? What do they do in their lives? And think if you want to do that too for the rest of your life. You need to change your perception of yourself to change the perception of others of you. Because you can't change how other people view you without changing how you view yourself. So if you believe that you can do what you want in life, if you believe that you can accomplish things that you have not done before, that you can make you can create things. If you believe that you can create things that are better than what other people create, then you will start working towards them. You will have a passion and you will put your entire attention and focus to your passion. Then you will succeed. When you stop living a life where you're floating and start living a life where you're actually living, where you feel alive, where you know that if you die in the next year, you would be proud of what you accomplished. I've heard so many people tell me, "Oh, I can't sit down for more than 2 minutes. I'm just not someone who can meditate that for that long. I'm not someone who can pay attention to a thing for that long. I'm not someone who reads books." That's a limiting belief. That's limiting your own identity. If you believe in a negative thing about yourself, then you make it real. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You fulfill your own negative attributes by believing in them and then by actually doing those things. So believe that you're someone, the kind of person you want to be. Thank you.